All right, hello everyone. It's a windy day here in Berlin, but I wanted to do this because I'm a bit scrapped for time. So, yeah, here is the Urban Arrow family. I have this on a one-day rental. My current e-bike, cargo bike, is in the shop, and I rented this for one day as kind of a loaner while that's in the shop. So yeah, I've been riding it for, I don't know, about a day. I put like, I don't know, 50 kilometers, I think, maybe a bit more. Yeah, I had a pretty intense day yesterday. So, I mean, not that intense for the city, I guess. So yeah, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about this and give you like a bit of a review. In Berlin, this is probably like the top 1, 2, maybe third place, but like really popular, most popular kind of e-bikes, especially front loader e-bikes that you get. And I get the hype. I mean, it's a really nice bike. My current bike is a Buckfee e-cargo long. It's kind of a bare bones Dutch style, very commuter friendly e-bike. This is very family oriented, as you can see by the basket and the canopy and all this stuff. But it's just like way more advanced, way more comfortable, way more premium. Everything really just works a lot better than my current bike. I think in every way, this is superior to my bike. I guess you can start here. Yeah, there's like this canopy. It works really well. It has kind of a pass-through in the back, so you can still yell at your kids. These kind of fold up, fold down. They zip on the sides. They Velcro as well. So it's easy access in and out. You can kind of choose how much sun or how much wind you want. The seats inside, they're I mean the bottom is padded, the back is not. The walls are foam. It's I think that helps with the weight saving and the kind of weight management. The bottom is kind of like a metal mesh. It's like almost like a fence material type of thing, which is kind of an interesting decision, maybe for like putting the weight further down. But it feels durable. They have a kind of a lockable box underneath the seat, which is also a nice touch. Let me see what else about it. It's pretty spacious. It's maybe a little bit less spacious than my current bike, but the kids sit down lower and the walls are a bit higher, which is really nice because then they can't really stick out as much. It's hard to get hands and feet outside of the bike. Nice little safety measure there. There's good seat belts. Really well done. The canopy is really easy to take on and off. Yeah, like I said, the walls are foam, which is an interesting decision because, yeah, you can get some like bored kids that are kind of picking at this stuff. You can see on each side, it's I don't know if those are like bite marks or or just like boredom or something, but yeah, I don't know about the durability of that. But I think it contributes to the weight saving. Up here, it's an interesting kind of setup that they have. Where yeah, you just kind of select your drive modes with the toggles on the left here, and then here there's a kind of a Da Vinci kind of twist throttle. No, it's not throttle. It's a gear shifter. So you just kind of like it's like continuously variable. So you just kind of like row through, and you don't change gears. You just kind of change like the amount of resistance, and it works pretty well actually. So the thing that I like about it is that you can really kind of like set it to exactly what you want, as far as like you can go in between gears. So my bike, for example, has like 8 gears, and like if I want something kind of between 6 and 7, it's like tough. It's like I either maybe get like a little bit too much air when I press down on the pedal, or like it's like I don't know, really hard and between like 6 and 7. And maybe I want like a 6.5 or something. I can dial in exactly kind of what I want with this. It's just kind of like really micro twists, and it's fairly responsive. I think that the downside is like there's less predictability. So with my current bike, I don't know, if I like shift down to 5, I know exactly kind of what that's gonna feel like. With this, I might be like, okay, cool, like I want like a little bit more. Oh, well, actually, that's maybe a little bit too much. Maybe dial it back down a little bit. And I find myself kind of fidgeting with this a lot more. Where, like, I might just, like, twist and, like, that's maybe not enough. Oh, that's maybe too much. Okay, gotta dial it. Okay. And, like, it's a little bit annoying, but it's also kind of convenient. But I think the nice thing is there's a huge range, and it's really, like, kind of continuously, it's a variable thing, so you can really kind of go anywhere along. Really solid brakes. They bite really well. I really love these grips here. I think like the other ones that I have, they're really kind of bare bones. They're just like it's just a grip, and these I can really kind of just rest my hand on it, and it's really nice. The stock here is super adjustable. The seat here is super adjustable. All easy stuff. Since it's a rental, they like super locked down the battery, but the battery seemed really nice. It held a really nice charge. I think I only went down like one little battery cell here after like 50 kilometers, so that held up pretty well. So yeah, in general, like I think one of the biggest things I noticed is that like even though it's a heavy bike, it's lighter than my current bike, but it's somehow like easier to like stay upright. It's much more controllable, much more nimble. I don't know, like it stays upright really well. Like sometimes where I don't know, a gust of wind, and I might be driving and riding, I might be like going along and get a gust of wind. I feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna tip over. With this, like I guess the downside of this thing is like with the sides down, it's kind of like a sail. So if you have a windy day like we did yesterday or even today, you can really like feel the bike like kind of swaying a little bit as the wind blows. But with this, it's actually somewhat manageable because I don't know if like the center of gravity is just low, or if I don't know, like something with a drivetrain or whatever. But it somehow manages to kind of help you stay upright. It's almost like I don't know, like auto lane drift or something like that, where it's just kind of like it feels like an invisible hand's trying to keep you upright a little bit. It has a nice big Bosch motor, really torquey, really nice, kicks in instantly. That's one thing that I kind of hate about my bike. It's like the e-assist is like a lag, so you're kind of struggling at a stoplight for just a split second until it kicks in. Gates carbon drive, really nice. It's pretty much silent. Both the motor and the gears are silent. So that's kind of like a really nice kind of peaceful thing. I don't know, like it's really smooth. It's a really nice ride. It soaks up the bumps surprisingly well, even though there's like no active suspension or anything like that. It's just a fixed fork. Yeah, I don't know, somehow it like soaks up the bumps really well. I think it's got like nice tires that are not like fat tires by any means, but they've got a decent amount of thickness to them. Yeah, so I don't know, in general, it's just like it's much more premium, it's much more smooth, it's easier to keep upright, it feels more stable and safe. There's just so many nice little kind of small details that are really nice experience for the rider, really nice experience for the passengers. The kids love it too, because they don't get as much wind and as much sun in their face. They can kind of control it a little bit, or at least I can help them control it. I think it's also, yeah, like really safe. Like the higher sidewalls, so the kids can't kind of lean out or poke things or whatever. I can just kind of close up the canopy, lock them in, throw in some treats. Everything's fine. Nothing gets thrown out. Nothing gets leaned out the side. I think in general it's just easier to keep upright, easier to steer. So like sometimes when kids are inside and I've like got to push the bike and navigate around some really tight corners or something, or some pedestrian ways, this one's easier to keep upright, easier to push. It just feels lighter and more stable, and kind of like it wants to stand up instead. I think the one downside is the kickstand is super weak. So like it's spring loaded, so it wants to push back. All you need to do is like push it forward like this, and like it's barely a nudge. I'm just doing this like one-handed and like really barely nudging it. I think the downside is like if you have like kids that are like a little bit excited or something and they're like jumping, they can actually trigger it and like push it forward. I've heard from the guy that like that's one of the biggest complaints about this bike. But in general, just like really like everything is just so much better than my bike, but I would never buy this. This is like the big reveal at the end, almost like 10 minutes in. I bought my bike for about 1,500 euros, so like 1,500 euros. This is like 6,000 to 7,000 euros. So like for like 4 or 5 times more, like yeah, you're getting a much better bike, but I don't think it's 4 or 5 times better than my bike. Maybe like if I need a upgrade or I don't know, maybe I go to like a long tail or something, I'll really consider some of these like really premium features like this motor and the Gates drive and stuff like that. I don't know, something that's like really premium. I hear a lot of good things about the Turn GSD and how it's like, yeah, kind of like same type of approach. It's like really luxurious, really safe, really comfortable. So yeah, that's something for me to consider in the future. But for now, like, yeah, I think that I'll stick with my bike. It's not really worth the like several $1,000 upgrade. But yeah, it was just a really good experience, and I'm really grateful for my one day with it. And yeah, that's it.